see the council be in a position saying we want to hide from the citizens.
I'd love to see the chamber come to our council meeting. I'll talk to them all they want.
Invite them to the next meeting.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I would suggest that we give the council, the chamber, a chance to come up with some kind of agenda of what they want to cover and go from there. Otherwise, every Tom, Dick, and Harry stamp club and card club and everything else could start demanding equal time before the council.
Well, heaven forbid
Well,
citizens
Mr.
get
Coop.
to talk to the city council.
Mr. Coop.
I would hate to see that happen.
Mr. Coop. Mr. Coop.
Mr. Mayor, I have
Mr. O'Loughlin has the floor.
Oh,
I
I'm
have
sorry.
no
We'll keep some
objection
decorum here.
to anybody coming before this council, as long as it's done on an appropriate basis,
Yeah.
by the rules.
We have a public forum, and anybody is welcome to use that as they wish. There's no hidden anything going on up here. I am concerned that this would be, without some sort of an agenda, a waste of not just the city council's time, but the chamber's representatives as well. I would like to see, follow Mr. Trost's suggestion that they come to us with some topics or an agenda, if you will. And if they want to use the EDA as a place to kind of hash out some of that stuff, I'm thinking that would be an open, I get it from the EDA members that you'd be willing to do that. If they choose to come to the city, if they choose to come to the workshop, and again, this isn't, we're not limiting access to people, we're just saying, we really want to know what you want to talk about. Then so be it. I think the suggestion that should go back to the chamber is that they at least come up with an agenda or some topics that they'd like to discuss, and if they would prefer to use the EDA as kind of the first step in that process, then they should be allowed to do that. If they choose, they can come to a workshop, but I would like to know what they're wanting to talk about. A little more detail. So, if with the council's blessing, we will send this back to them, unless there's anything more that you want to say.
I just oppose to the idea that the council has to hide from its own citizens.
Well, Mr. Coop, it's a characterization.
That's correct.
It is an opinion.
That is correct.
And I believe that we run an open council, as is evidenced by that microphone right there. But we will let that all pass. Are we good on that?
Mr. Mayor, just one thing I saw with Councilmember Trost. We do have the draft minutes from the December 28th workshop. Due to the short week last week is why it is not in here. Certainly accompany me after this meeting. We can show them to you.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. All right. We need to schedule interviews with the candidates for boards and commissions. We have 2 positions for Park Board and 2 applicants. We have 2 positions for Planning Commission and 4 applicants and 1 for the Design Committee. So really, and tell me, Mr. Crosby, is he already on Planning Commission? What commission is he on? He's on EDA, okay. I knew he was on something. So if he were to be chosen, then we'd have an opening on EDA.
It would just be back-to-back meetings for him.
Can a person be on more than one committee?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to make a statement.
Sure.
What's the correct word for making a statement? Park Board, there's 2 applicants, 2 available positions. I think that's pretty easy to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Design Committee, there's 1 applicant and 1 position.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should be easy to take care of. Planning Commission has 2 positions open, and there's 4 applicants. But 2 of the applicants are already on other commissions, or have other positions, and this is my feelings. And Mr. Presley and Mr. Tix on Planning and Zoning, I think, are doing a great job, and I would like to leave them both on there to finish their term limits. I think we still have them.
Interviews, right? We're scheduling interviews, aren't we?
So I would say we wouldn't need
Well,
any
we're-
interviews,
Yeah.
I see.
unless someone has something against that.
No,
Mr. Mayor?
Yep.
I would tend to say we should go ahead and continue with the idea of doing the interviews, just simply because, yeah, we can fill in the blanks with names, but there might be somebody in one of these lists that's on a current committee, but may be able to serve the city better on another committee, you know? And so, it might be worthwhile listening to what they have to say about themselves from that perspective.
I agree. I think they're all good people, but I would not like to take people off of committees that are doing an excellent job. And I wouldn't have to come to your interviews because I already know who I'm voting for.
okay, well, we've got a choice. We can make some time for interviews. I'm in favor of looking at some of these folks too. I mean, I don't know some of them. And
Well, you certainly should. You interviewed every one of them, I
I
think.
don't think I know the second person from the park board here.
Well, that one, there's only 2 applied.
Right,
I,
right. But we have been able,
You can-
in the past, Mr. Trost, we've adjusted and we've asked people to be on different commissions, you know, depending on how they interview.
well, we, a lot of times didn't even interview in the past.
Right.
I can't see interviewing one person when there's one job and we know she does, and we know the person does a good job.
Okay. Point made. Anybody else have a thought? Okay. Well, let's decide whether we want to schedule interviews or not. Who's in favor of scheduling interviews? Aye. Opposed to that?
Opposed.
Okay. So we're basically going to do interviews. Let's see.
You're gonna do, 2
Yes.
people apply in 2 positions, you're gonna interview. And they're already on it, so you know you're gonna give it to them.
Okay, you know what? We'll just take this as a formal motion. I'm going to
Okay.
look for a motion to schedule interviews for candidates with boards and commissions. Can I get a motion to that effect?
So move.